Hello everybody, welcome to our DVC journey.
Hi.
We are discussing a upcoming trip that we have planned with family for spring break, and it is a large group that we have going this spring break. How many do we have going, Gail?
We have 18.
18, and out of that we have a infant and 4
Kids.
Adolescents, whatever you might want to call it. And then the rest are adults. But we're going to be occupying, we've got a studio and we've got two bedrooms. One of the 2 bedrooms in the studio is booked off of our points. The other one is our nephews decided to rent DVC points. So that's going to be interesting because we've never rented DVC points and don't know how it works. So we'll put together a video about that and who they used and how it went and how convenient it was, and also how much it costs. You know, is DVC really worth it? Are you saving a bunch of money? We'll do a video on that while we're down at Old Key West. That'll be fun to do. But so we've already started our planning, of course. We had to book a reservation. And speaking of that, it was a little bit harder to book the reservation than it was several years ago because we would always stay at Old Key West on spring break most of the times. That's where we stay, is Old Key West. So we could get whatever room we wanted at 7 Month. It was pretty easy. This year, we wanted to get a 3-bedroom with our nephews getting a 2-bedroom with their wives themselves, and we couldn't get the 3-bedroom. It just was already booked because it is spring break, Easter week.
Easter week on top of it, yeah.
But that was our first time that we encountered that difficulty. So it is getting harder when you look at, if you pull up your membership calendar and see what's available and just open it up to any resort, any room, and you'll see how many rooms are available or lack of rooms that are available. So it's going to be a crazy week, certainly that we have. So
well, and they've added that extra tier. So now there used to be 4, now there's 5 different.
There used to be 5, and now I think there's 7. So yeah, so they've split it up even more, trying to balance out the schedule. So talking about balancing things out, we have done this before with large family vacations. We've done it with Gail's family a couple of times, and I think this is my family's second time, a large group. The large group, so let's talk about some of the things to avoid, some of the obstacles we've run into, and some of the new things that weren't existent before, but now we have to take into consideration. Right. So, what are those?
Well, we used to, hey, this is the week we're going, and that was it. We'd get down there, we'd check into the resort. You could buy your tickets right there for the park.
Right at concierge.
Yes, as you're checking in.
Last minute.
Yeah,
we're going to do this.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Now you definitely want to get them ahead of time to ensure that you're going to get them, for one thing, because you don't know how busy it's going to be. Yeah. So you definitely want to order your tickets ahead of time.
Which we haven't done.
No, we need to do that.
Okay, it's getting close. Make a note. We got to do that now.
But definitely,
we'll be right back, folks.
You definitely want to do that. Which of course everyone needs to decide. Where are we all going and when are we going?
Yeah, who's going to what park?
Right.
Yeah, all of that. Coordinate that, and talking about coordinating that and buying your tickets in advance to make sure you've got the tickets and the days. I loved it back in the old days where we could just give our stack of tickets, remember the plastic cards?
Yeah.
Give it to one of the girls, one of the kids, and they'd run over to Rocking Roller Coaster, or they'd run over to Space Mountain, whatever, and they'd slide those cards in and spit out the little Fast Pass things so we could just leisurely... I've got them all. I got 12 of them. You don't do that anymore, of course. So there's a lot more planning.
A lot of planning before But I think even more so when you're there, especially with a group that big, it's going to be really interesting this year to see the getting the genie things lined up and hoping that you don't have to also do a lightning lane on top of it to get a ride. It's a lot more complicated.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
It's more expensive, certainly. So everybody has to budget, and hey, what's in it? What's in our budget? What can we do? Do we cut back a park or two, or so getting Genie Plus, and then it's booking your rides and having everybody together on the app, so that we're booking 15 people on this ride, and then let's book a next ride, so all of that planning that goes into that. So that's something new that we have to do.
This is going to be a new experience for us this time. We've learned some other things along the way, but this is going to be new. So I'm sure we're going to have some learning going on this trip.
The lightning lanes. Are you going to buy some are going to buy, some aren't going to buy. Which one are we going to buy? Okay, because we want everybody to be on this ride. So are we going to buy the lightning lanes or aren't we?
And that's one thing we've learned, though, that not everybody can do everything together at the same time. That's one thing we have learned throughout the years with big groups, because we used to try to do that. We used to try to keep everybody together and do everything together and ride rides together. And it's not feasible.
No, because everybody moves at a different pace, right? So everybody goes to that certain park. They agree. Okay, so we got the person that's still doing their hair or whatever, right? And then we get to the park, and then we're going to go eat at this restaurant. Well, someone doesn't like that type of food, so it doesn't always work out. So and then dining out is another thing. Who's going to want to, because you got to make that dining reservation, if you're going to do a sit down,
right?
And now, is the group too big to be able to accommodate that reservation? So are you going to split the group up?
Yes.
So, and then again, it comes into a monetary thing as to how much you're able to spend and want to spend, and so on.
Yeah, so I think the best thing we've learned as far as the parks go is we all are going to go to the same park on the same days. Some of us aren't doing all the parks, some are doing all the parks, but we are at least all going into the same parks on the same days of the parks that we choose to go into.
Right.
Now, once we get there, it's pretty much going to be, hey, we'll meet up for this, that, or the other thing, but everybody's got to be on their own page.
Right. We'll take
otherwise
a family photo, definitely a group photo, together. But then everybody has different interests. And one thing that we've learned is you can't have everybody on the same page at the same time, because sometimes it's just impossible. And other times it doesn't make for, and it can make for an unenjoyable experience.
Yes.
And some family members that are going this time, this is their first time at Walt Disney World. So we want to make sure that they get to do what they get to do, because we're down there. Absolutely, our family once a year. Gail and I are down there 2-3 times a year. So we want to make sure to accommodate them, let them do what they want to do, and But if you try to push everybody to doing one thing, it can make for a less enjoyable experience, for that individual. So it's our motto is, it's everybody's vacation. Do what you want to do, but we are going to plan a certain event. And this year, we have planned a certain event. Instead of going to a restaurant and booking 18 people at a restaurant,
where we're going to be separated and not be able to be together anyways.
That's right. We've decided that we're going to do a family cookout at Old Key West. A beautiful area there. We generally like to go to Turtle Pond area and have that cookout at that pool, because the pool is right next to it. You've got 4 grills that you can use. Of course, there's others too, if they're available. Picnic tables are there, and everybody can come and go and meet up, as they want to. So that throws in another thing: how to get groceries. So there's the order online and have it delivered. And then I generally like to get up and go out and get those things myself, because you and I drive down there, so we have a vehicle. And I'm telling you, folks, if you have a vehicle and you want to go to Walmart and get your groceries, I get up on Sunday morning and I get there as soon as they open, and there are more employees, believe it or not, there's more employees at Walmart at that time than there are actually customers. So that makes it nice and convenient. We used to go whenever, it might be Saturday afternoon at 4 or 5, and that is a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Be there for hours.
Yeah, just terrible. Now I just go myself. I have my list, and I can get what we need and not have to worry about that. So really the lesson learned from previous vacations with a large group like that is let everybody do what they want to do. That's what we've learned. And even if it's not a large group, our son-in-law is not really a huge park goer, so he goes to a park and he's with the grandkids and with us, and he enjoys that, but then he gets to enjoy what downtime. He wants to do too. Yes. If him and his wife, our daughter, want to go to Disney Springs, we keep the grandkids. So, it's just being flexible.
Yes.
Being flexible on your DVC vacation can make it very enjoyable. And we know that when you have younger kids, that's not always possible, because sometimes they're made to do things they don't especially want to do because they have to have an adult with them. And sometimes us adults have to do what we don't want to do because the kids have to have adults with them. So, but the flexibility is really the key to the success.
And don't set expectations, especially unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Because we've had a year like that where we want these particular photographs at these particular places and da. And the kids were much younger, and young kids don't always cooperate. And so you go in with very low expectations, and if you get something great out, then great. Yeah. And if you don't, you're not disappointed.
Yeah. So go and have low expectations of having an enjoyable vacation.
It's going to be more enjoyable if you have low expectations.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Just go and let whatever happens happen, and enjoy it. Yeah. Enjoy the moments. Right. Enjoy the people you're with.
Yeah.
And
because there are those that their vacation is laid back. I want to enjoy the pool. I'll go to one park, and they're going to have a great time. And then there's others that might be their first time, and they have the laundry list of things they want to accomplish because they don't know when the next time is that they're going to be coming down. Right. So that is the best lesson that we learned was just let everybody do what they want to do. But we do have one event planned that, hey, we want everybody there, and that's going to be the family cookout, this year, because it's such a big group, and I think we're going to have a great time.
Oh, we will have a great time for sure. But it'll be interesting to see how the new Genie and Lightning Lanes and all of that come together with a group that big, so we may have some tips to share about that after this trip.
Gail is very savvy with the Disney stuff. The new Genie.
Oh, yes.
You mean Genie Plus.
See?
Yeah, but hey, I can't talk because I leave it up to our daughters doing all of that. It's like, no, I don't want to be bothered with that. She's always, one in particular is always scouting out, what rides are available. Hey, let's do this, and then we'll do this, and okay, cool. Or nah, I just want to sit and have one of those waffle Nutella fruit things, and you go do what you want to do.
Yeah, she's very good. She's always been our vacation planner. We used to tell her she needed to be a DVC,
a Disney vacation planner.
Yes.
So, but anyway, we're looking forward to it. That's coming up, and we got to buy some tickets. So, anyway, as we always say, be kind to cast members. They're awesome people. And thank you for joining us on our DVC journey, and we'll see you on our next DVC journey. Bye.
Bye.